Hey guys, Toby here from Hadler Fitness. Alright, so today I really just want to crack into injury prevention and talk a little bit about periodisation, which is basically your programming. Awesome day out here in Darwin. Just want to say the sun is fucking cooking at the moment. It's like 30 odd degrees. Alright, so I'm going to make this quick. So you're seeing this leg strength workout on my current workout. So my strength, I'm doing about 3 sets and more so focusing on volume than intensity, even though the reps are quite low. Okay, so when we talk about periodization, currently I'm on concurrent periodization. I have heavy days and light days throughout my legs push-pulls. So 3 days will be strength focused, and then I'll have a day off, and then another 3 days will be hypertrophy focused, more so higher reps. So more volume, less intensity. Heavy days will be more intensity, less volume, okay? But when we actually talk about volume and intensity, the specifics, you can have really intense, or you can kind of have you can have more volume but still intense. That's currently where I'm at in my phase. So I'm not doing anything below like 4 reps. So I'll have a peak set. So I'll fail on 5, and then I'll move up to more towards the 4 to 7 range. So I'm kind of doing reverse pyramid. I'll warm up, I'll start heavy and work my way down. Just so I'm still working, like really pushing outside of my comfort zone, because that's when the magic happens. That incorporation with time under tension and micro loading. When I say micro loading, just adding a little bit of extra weight, like an extra 5 kilos to your squat, can make a massive difference. Because when you're actually talking someone that's a bit more advanced when it comes to muscle growth and all that kind of stuff, you're only looking at like 2.5 to 5 kilograms of maybe strength gains on your compound lifts over a 6 to 12 week cycle. So that's not a lot of weight. So when I talk about micro loading, you got to change your phases up. So no more beginner gains. Like it's hard work. Some people will just fly through it. Some people really just struggle, but that's just life, that's genetics. All right, so just on that also, you have to make sure you got a shit ton of exercise rotation. So you want to do compound exercises, squats, deadlift, bench press, and you also want to change that up to like free weights, like maybe with like an Olympic bar, a hack bar, or you use machines and get in that extra bit of volume. So currently I start off a heavy set. I do 2 sets that's a little bit more higher in volume, still intense though, and then I finish off with a lighter weight just to get in that extra little bit of volume. So the more extra reps, those extra reps make a massive difference, and I'm kind of retraining my squat and trying to find that extra little bit of depth. You'll notice on my squats, I don't squat roughly past a box squat, okay? So a lot of people don't understand that you don't need to squat ass to grass. Not everyone can squat ass to grass, because as they get below parallel, they'll get an anterior pelvic tilt, because some people structurally their hips aren't made for it, and it changes the loading from like the cervical, the thoracic, the lumbar, and the sacrum spine. It changes the loading across that, and then when you get below 90 degrees, it'll put all that shear loading force on the lumbar spine, and you only have so many flexions and extensions in your back. So this can lead to bulging discs and herniations at the worst, and a lot of sciatic pain and all that kind of stuff. So it can irritate your back. And a lot of people don't actually understand when you're looking at EMG, like the like maximum contractile force of your muscles. Your quads cap out at the top of the squat, and your glutes cap out at between 70 to 110 degrees. So when you're looking at hypertrophy specifics in regards to muscle growth for your quads and your glutes and your hamstrings, you actually don't need to squat past parallel. Like that extra little bit of range of motion might give you an extra bit of a stretch, but in regards to muscle growth, the top part of the position and the part that you hit the box squat, roughly 90 degrees, is where all the magic actually happens. Anything below that is roughly pointless if you're looking at a physique side of things, because you'll see a lot of professional bodybuilders don't actually do compound exercises, or when I say compound, they don't really deadlift or squat, because they have to lift such a heavy weight, and the risk of injury is so high. So they'll mainly do like machine work, or they'll do like stiff-legged deadlifts and like leg extension, leg curl, and focus more on the time and attention and training higher volume. All right, so just take that into account. All right, so it's not all about like that CrossFit saga of you must squat ass to grass. Just a box squat, and focusing more so on that time on attention, micro loading, pushing, like adding a little bit of extra weight, and correct form, external rotation of the hips, and correct dorsiflexion and ankle articulation. Like you'll see how my knees track very far out actually in my squat. So they actually track over my knees and track out. My feet are dead straight and I'm pushing through my heels. Okay, so you want to squat basically like a toddler, and when you actually squat, your feet straight and your knees externally rotate out, and you've got correct range of motion, your ankles, you have the correct amount of dorsiflexion, and the correct articulation in your hips and a little bit in your lower back, you'll actually find that when we're talking biomechanics and torque, you actually are structurally stronger than someone who squats with their feet out and their knees straight. Okay, so just take that into account. So if you're looking for correct movement patterns, all that kind of stuff, look at a toddler. That's the perfect example of how you should move a little kid, because they haven't been taken by Western society yet and made to sit in a classroom, or like they move, they squat, they have no problems. Personally, I can squat in a ass to grass position, an Asian squat, for over like 20 minutes, no problems. But does that serve me in regards to my muscle growth and the possibility of hurting my back? No. So I'm only going to do box squats, and in my front squats you'll find I am trying to push a little bit extra range of motion, so I'm going a little bit parallel, but that's just something I'm playing around with just before I get a anterior pelvic tilt. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the little edit, and then my actual workout on what I'm doing, it might be a little bit different because I'm focusing on weighted glute bridges and a Jefferson curl, and mainly just deadlifts, squats and front squats, and sumo deadlifts and conventional. All right, I'm playing around with everything, but still getting in that intensity and the volume. All right, hope you guys enjoy.
But I wanna stop thinking about you. I take a hit and you light it up.